Lil Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, but nigga, f you. Nigga, that's my daddy, nigga, f you. Let's
50 Cent says that 1090 Jake found paperwork that proves Big Meech allegedly snitched. 50 Cent posted, Tammy Cohen, the truth and nothing but the truth coming soon. 1090 Jake tomorrow, got that paperwork, you know the vibe.
My dad looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half, like 50 literally looked out for my dad more than the people that my dad gave millions to.
Yeah, you made my son $5 million. How much you made though? So you gonna stop? You gonna stop? Yeah, you made, yeah. You ain't just, yeah, come on.
50 Cent just dropped a bombshell, and let me tell you, it's got the whole industry shook. He's claiming to have paperwork that proves Big Meech cooperated with the feds. Yeah, you heard that right. The same Big Meech, the legendary BMF boss, the man whose name carries weight in every conversation about street loyalty. And if that's true, it changes everything. Now, people aren't just letting this slide. Lil Meech, Big Meech's own son, is caught in the crossfire. Rick Ross and Boosie, they're tangled up in this too. And social media, it's on fire.
When like keep showing up next to niggas that I don't f with, that's an indication to me he might have some feelings towards me. That is just everywhere I got an issue. He show up around me. So I mean, you don't forget music, because music ain't usually my motivation. My morals come off the curb. So if you see a nigga keep being around, you don't f with when you come around, how your antennas go.
I wasn't gonna address this, because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me.
What started as whispers and speculation has turned into full-blown chaos. Accusations, denials, and some serious shots being thrown back and forth. But here's the thing, 50 Cent is no stranger to controversy. He's built a career off calling people out, exposing secrets, and staying 10 steps ahead of everyone. And if he's putting this out there, it's because he knows it's gonna get people talking. But is there any truth to it? Is this another classic 50 move? Or is the industry about to be flipped upside down? And if this paperwork is real, what does it mean for everyone involved? One thing's for sure, people are picking sides and the tension is getting real. Hang on, because this is only the beginning. Now this is where things start getting really messy. 50 Cent didn't just throw out some wild accusation. He backed it up with receipts, or at least, that's what he wants everyone to believe. According to him, YouTuber 1090 Jake uncovered some serious paperwork that allegedly proves Big Meech cooperated with the feds. And if that's the case, it goes completely against everything Big Meech has ever stood for. 50 didn't hold back either. He put out a teaser straight up saying, Tammy Cowan's, the truth and nothing but the truth coming soon. 1090 Jake tomorrow got that paperwork. You know the vibes. Now let's break that down because this isn't just some random name drop. Tammy Cowan's was a known informant who played a key role in the BMF case, and if she's involved in this new revelation, it's only adding more fuel to the fire. But here's the problem. Big Meech has always been clear about one thing. He never snitched. He's built his entire reputation on loyalty, on the code of the streets, on never folding no matter what. He even said it himself. I never fold, never told, never will. Death before dishonor. That's been his message from day one. So if this paperwork actually says otherwise, what does that mean for his legacy? And let's be real. If 50 is hyping this up, it's not just for fun. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's stirring the pot, putting people in a position where they have to respond. Because if the truth is out there, it won't stay hidden for long. Now, here's where things get even more complicated. Tammy Cowan's, a name that keeps popping up, wasn't just some random person in Big Meech's circle. She was deep in it. Not only was she a former close associate of Meech, but she also played a major role in the very thing that's keeping his name alive today, 50 Cent's BMF series. And now, she's being accused of working with the feds. According to former BMF member Blue Da Vinci, Tammy was put in charge of BMF Entertainment back in 2008, while Meech was already locked up. Think about that. She wasn't just in the mix, she was running the show. She had the keys to everything connected to Meech's brand. But then, a year later, she allegedly flipped. And when she did, the consequences were massive. They're saying she became a full-blown federal informant, working with authorities to take down people who were once part of the same inner circle. And it doesn't stop there. She wasn't just cooperating. She allegedly played a direct role in convicting a close friend of Meech. That's betrayal on a whole other level. But here's the real kicker. Tammy wasn't just holding information. She had control over Meech's story, his rights, the one thing that could shape how the world sees him. And guess who ended up producing BMF? That's right, 50 Cent. Which means, whether people like it or not, Tammy's involvement gave 50 the ability to tell this story how he wanted to tell it. So now the question is, if Tammy really did turn informant, how much of the BMF story was influenced by what she wanted the world to see? And did 50 Cent know all along? Or is he just now putting the pieces together? Now, this is where things get tricky, because the line between cooperation and snitching isn't always black and white. 50 Cent isn't just saying that Tammy Cowens flipped. He's implying that Big Meech indirectly benefited from it. And that right there, that's a game changer. Because if Meech knew what was happening and still let it play out, what does that say about his street code? But here's the thing, not everyone is buying into 50's version of events. Some people are pushing back, saying that just because Tammy provided information doesn't mean Meech was involved in any way. That's where the whole concept of third-party cooperation comes into play. Now, if you're not familiar, third-party cooperation is when someone close to you gives up information to law enforcement, and whether you like it or not, you end up benefiting from it. It's a legal loophole, a way to reduce a sentence or cut a deal without the person in question ever directly snitching themselves. And that's the argument being made here. Did Meech actually cooperate? Or did Tammy just act on her own? It all comes down to perception. Because in the streets, it's not just about what you did, it's about what happened around you. And if people start thinking that Meech knowingly let an informant operate in his camp, it doesn't matter whether he said a single word to the feds. That stain is gonna follow him forever. And 50, he knows that. That's why he's playing this up, because whether Meech directly snitched or not, just the possibility of it is enough to shake things up. And right now, people are starting to pick sides.
Yeah, Tammy Cowan.
Okay, now.
She's a co-producer of the BMF Stars TV show.
Okay, and you're saying that she's an informant?
Definitely, 100%.
Okay.
She's been an informant since 2009. Tammy Cowens is Big Meech personal assistant / business partner / whatever you want to call. You know what I'm saying? Basically, she became the owner of what Meech has as BMF Entertainment, his company from prison. His company, she became the owner of it in 2008, and in 2009, she became a government informant. In 2010, she did a case that was pertaining to a guy that Meech met in prison and one of Meech's homeboys of 26 years. She's the person that got his life right, so she's the person that 50 Cent got the movie from, the TV show from. That's the only way to get it. You can't get it from Meech because he in prison, so he can't DBA. He can't do business from prison, he's in jail. So he has to sign his rights to do his life story or do whatever he gonna do in his name over to somebody else. And Tammy Cowens is the person that was appointed to do all of that business.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any more heated, Boosie had to step in and make it even more personal. He didn't just react to the drama. He called out Lil Meech directly. And not for what he said, but for how he handled it. Boosie couldn't believe how calm Lil Meech was about the whole situation. In his eyes, this wasn't just some petty rap beef. This was a direct attack on his father's name, his legacy. And according to Boosie, there's only one way to respond to that, with war. If someone disrespected my father like that, I would have gone to war. That's what Boosie had to say. No hesitation, no playing it cool, just straight up action. And coming from him, that's saying a lot. Boosie has always lived by the street code, loyalty, respect, and most of all, never letting anyone play with your name or your people. But here's the thing, Lil Meech didn't go off. He didn't throw threats. He didn't come at 50 with that same energy. And now, people are starting to question why. Was it because he knows 50 is too powerful to go up against? Was it because he didn't want to add fuel to the fire? Or was it because deep down, he knows there might be some truth to what's being said? One way or another, Boosie made it clear. If that was his father being called a snitch, the response wouldn't have been a conversation. It would have been war. And just like that, 50 Cent made it personal. The tension between him and Lil Meech wasn't just about the paperwork anymore. It went beyond that. Because when 50 unfollowed Lil Meech on Instagram and started managing rapper Skilla Baby instead, that was a message. And Lil Meech, he felt it.
About Meech, bro, I don't know. Lil Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, my response, bro, nigga, fuck you. Nigga, that's my daddy, nigga, fuck you. Let's go to war, fuck you. And everything you nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Right, wrong, I don't give a fuck, nigga. My son, I ain't gonna go against this grain. That. I was like, damn, seemed like him and 50 got a, cause after that then came out how Meech was talking all, no, nigga, all y'all. I'm with my dad, but Meech. I'm at the Big Meech party. I'm performing. I gave Big Meech my word, that I was gonna perform, and I give a man my word, that's my word. I don't know what's going on, I can't just pull away from not performing over something, they got going on with him and 50 and all this going on.
Boosie has spoke out and said he's not boycott. He said he gave his word to 50, he's going to show up.
Yeah, I saw that. They pick and choose. Not that I'm saying, Meech is a snitch or anything like that. But man, they pick and choose who they want to put the snitch jacket on and who they want it to apply to. So that's why I say, man, all that.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before the sign, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amaran Arena, February 13th.
Meech even sent 50 a text, basically saying he was disappointed, like he didn't understand why 50 was distancing himself. But 50? He had no interest in sugarcoating anything. Instead, he hit back with a cold response that had people talking. What next season, Lil Ninja? Just like that. He made it sound like Lil Meech's time on the BMF series might be over. And if that wasn't enough, 50 took it even further, dragging Big Meech into the conversation, not just about snitching, but about money. He straight up accused him of mismanaging funds, making it seem like all the legit money 50 helped the family bring in, completely gone. I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault it's all gone. That's what 50 said. And then he threw in one last jab, one that hit different. B, give the baby back his jewelry. Yeah, he went there. He's saying Big Meech took his own son's jewelry. And if that's true, it's not just about money anymore, it's about pride, about respect, about a father taking from his son. And coming from 50, the man who built Lil Meech's on-screen career, that statement cut deep. At this point, this isn't just industry beef. It's looking like a full-on war. And just like that, Lil Meech made his move. Instead of firing back at 50 Cent directly, he did something even louder. He linked up with two of 50's biggest rivals, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. And let's be real, that wasn't just some casual hangout. That was a statement. Photos started surfacing, Meech with Ross and Floyd, chilling at a Miami bowling alley like everything was all good. But the timing? Way too perfect to be a coincidence. Because let's not forget, Rick Ross and 50 hate each other. Their beef has been going on for over a decade. And Floyd? He's had his fair share of public clashes with 50 too. So for Lil Meech to pop up with them, right after all this drama, it was calculated. And 50, he wasted no time clowning the whole thing. He went straight to Instagram, mocking the meetup in the pettiest way possible. He joked that Ross was sending Big Meech Wingstop chicken wings in prison. Yeah, Wingstop. Because let's not forget, Ross owns a ton of Wingstop franchises. And 50, he was making it sound like Ross was throwing Meech some free food instead of actual support. But Lil Meech wasn't just gonna sit there and take the disrespect. He didn't call out 50 by name, but he didn't have to. Instead, he threw out a slick caption on one of his posts, "Real power." That's it. 2 words. But those 2 words said everything. Because let's be honest, he was making it clear. He's rolling with real bosses now. People he sees as having more influence, more power than 50. So now, it's official. Lil Meech has picked a side, and it definitely isn't 50's. At this point, there's no denying it. This situation has completely divided fans. Some people are riding with 50 Cent, saying if the paperwork is real, then he's just exposing the truth. They see him as someone who's always been about calling out fake loyalty, and if Big Meech did benefit from cooperation, then the streets deserve to know. But on the other side, people think 50 is taking things way too far. They're saying he's doing way too much, pushing this snitching narrative without solid proof, throwing dirt on someone who helped shape hip-hop culture. And let's not forget, he built up Lil Meech's career through BMF, only to turn around and publicly tear him down? To some, that's straight up betrayal. So now, here we are. The lines are drawn. 50 isn't backing down. Lil Meech has chosen a side. And Big Meech? His legacy is hanging in the balance. One thing's for sure, this isn't over. Not by a long shot. But what do you think? Is 50 right for putting this out there? Or is he taking it too far? Let me know in the comments because trust me, this one's gonna have people talking for a long time.